It'll finally become lucrative.
Everybody will get, we'll split it. I'll split it 3 ways.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Bottlefield. Before we get into anything else, we do have a few big announcements for you guys. First, we're going to be reviving our long-dead 4-player co-op series and putting an end to the Bottlefield. So this will be our last episode under the Bottlefield name. There's a few reasons for this transition. Mainly, we wanted to encompass more of like the wider gaming news. We all come from different gaming backgrounds. We all have different gaming interests, but we seem to intersect in a lot of ways as well. So I think 4-player co-op was a necessary change and a very good description of what we aim to do. Secondly, based on the success of our last podcast with Uberyoutuber, we've decided to invite him on as a permanent member, and he has accepted. So let's have a cheers for the news member, Uberyoutuber.
Boo! Yeah. Oh, we're cheering.
The bluebirds.
Penis. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Take old Bottlefield out back and put one in his head.
Oh yeah.
Give him the old yeller.
All right, so moving on to subject matter, we've got a lot of content to take care of. Some new Battlefield news and a bunch of other gaming news to get to. So let's roll into it. First off, Battlefield 1, Panther, hit us with your first complaint.
Give me a fucking assignments tab.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Now with
Moving on.
with the DLC, they brought back assignments, which were hugely popular in Battlefield 4, and they had a whole fucking tab, shit dedicated to assignments. You could look at them, scroll through. There's no fucking assignment tab on the fucking console UI or the fucking app. So if you want to know what assignments you have to complete for the gun, you have to go under the guns, look at the fucking gun, and read the assignment on the right hand corner. That's just really stupid. Give me a tab on the fucking main board or an item underneath the soldier customization where I can look at assignments. If there is an assignment tab somewhere I didn't find it, someone fucking tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly can say that I haven't even noticed. Like, until I read that and asked you about it, I didn't notice. And I think that's probably just because like this game has been so stripped down compared to the other Battlefield titles that it just kind of...
I know we covered it in a couple of podcasts ago, like whenever the stuff was announced for assignments, but
yeah.
I don't feel the need. I should have to pull up a fucking website on my other monitor because I came off my monitors to read the fucking assignments and know what I'm doing, and then have to go back into the fucking menu somewhere else to try to find my progress. So it just to me it's something they missed, and hopefully they're going to change it and give us one. But yeah, I even tweeted them like, hey, can I get the fucking assignments tab? Like, please, hello.
Well, it should be fixed if you tweeted them.
Especially if you threw the F-bomb in there. That usually expedites things.
No, I don't. I didn't curse at them.
That's like the secret password. That's the go-to. That's the master override.
They block people when you start cursing at them. That's what I hear. So
they read it and they're like, "Yo, this guy's really bad. We need to fix this."
It's urgent.
Bunch of exclamation
That
points.
is cumbersome, though. I get it.
All caps.
Yeah, it is. It makes you work around to try to figure out what you need to do.
Like I said, I'm used to having the assignments tab being there. So when I went in, I was like, "Where do I find it? What do I get to do to get these new guns?" Because I don't fucking remember, and I don't have them committed to memory.
Yeah. Okay. So aside from that, there's been an update, or rather, they released the update notes for They Shall Not Pass, which, by the way, as of the time of this recording, it's not released to the general public yet for download. It's still only on premium membership, but on the 28th it releases for non-premium members. So among many other things, DICE has continued their tradition of extremely large patches. We've picked out a few different topics. We'll have the rest of them linked in the description so you can peruse them at your leisure. But we picked 3 topics in particular that we wanted to talk about from this patch. The first one is the party leader feature, and this is something that I think have talked about before, and if not, then I can say pretty strongly that we all probably agree anyways that this should have been implemented already. So I'll read the direct text here from the patch notes. It says, every party will now have a party leader, usually the party creator, identified by a star. The party leader is in charge of joining a multiplayer game for the party. All other party members will be notified when the party leader has found a game. A normal party member can still join a multiplayer session, but other party members will not get notified for it. So this is trying to fix the annoying thing of when you're in a PlayStation party with, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, and some of them are playing different games. You would get a constant notification of, there's a game available for your party, but it wouldn't tell you who, it wouldn't tell you what kind of game, it wouldn't give you any information. And it was actually really intrusive because it would pop up and X would be the button you'd hit to join. Yeah, so you would accidentally join different games in your party, and it was very counterintuitive how they made it so intrusive. So this fixes that, but it honestly shouldn't have been a problem to begin with.
Yeah, and it's not technically the PlayStation party though; it's the actual party within Battlefield, because we were playing last night, and I don't know who the party leader was, because the fellow that started the PlayStation party you figure would be the party leader in Battlefield. That's not the case, because he went to start a match and none of us got a notification, so we weren't sure at that point who the party leader was.
Yeah,
so
but I don't think off the top of my head that is there even like a pre-party lobby like in Battlefield 4 and 3? I don't think there is, right?
But if you're in a party though, if you're in a party in PlayStation, you go into the Battlefield menu, you look down the bottom right corner, it shows you who is in that party. So it does translate, but I don't think that prioritizes who the party leader is.
That's weird.
Yeah, I like I said, we get into a game and then we were all getting pissed off at fucking front lines. We were trying to get out and we just end up all just joining through the PlayStation party on somebody, and so it was it was a little confusing to figure out who the actual party leader was. So I haven't got a chance to even deal with the party leader feature, but that's a welcome change.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, even if I think we have talked about it, but even if we haven't, it's still something that like intuitively should have already been implemented. You shouldn't get a session invite every single time somebody joins. It should just be like you party up with one person. I mean, it's intuitive the way that it is now with this fix. It wasn't the other way, and it was intrusive more than anything. No. So, one of the next things, Panther, talk to us about scrap exchanges.
So, in Scrap Exchange, now they'll allow you to actually change your scraps for battle packs. Well, they were always able to turn your scraps into battle packs, but now you can actually change them for selected items.
Items, yeah.
Yeah, so now like there's a new tab. See, they added a fucking tab for that. where every, I don't know if it's every day, or I don't know when it updates.
Every battle pack revision, it says it actually right there.
So we'll offer a few selected items every battle pack revision. There you go. With various rarities and scrap prices. These items rotate together with battle pack revisions. So I thought I'd read somewhere else that it was changing on a bi-weekly or weekly basis. But anyways, every battle pack revision might be every 2 weeks then, is it?
Yeah, I was going to say bi-weekly sounds about right. They've got 16 revisions or something like that?
Yeah, and there's been a couple of special ones thrown in. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So now you go into the tab for exchange and you can look at what skins available. And you can actually go, oh, well, this is skin I want. I can actually purchase this with scraps instead of rolling the dice, so to speak, and buying a fucking battle pack. Also, the squad boosts are available.
Yeah, rolling the dice.
Yeah, and squad boosts are available to be purchased. So if you need one and you have the scraps, instead of hoping to get one, you can actually go in and purchase one with the scraps.
Yeah.
So I think it's a welcome change to anybody that's trying to collect skins. I don't know if they'll ever
for the rare few of you.
Yeah, there's some people that are just bonkers for them. I mean, I think I've kept one. I've scrapped the other skin I've got, and I kept one. And it's not even on the gun I use. It's just because it's the Vimy Ridge skin, and I'm Canadian, so that's the only reason I kept it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a welcome change, because I mean people have been kind of hinting at something to do with scraps other than just to repurchase battle packs. So
yeah. I mean, I guess more options are better, but I have to question, at this point in time, with certain items being more rare than others. For instance, vehicle skins are extremely rare. I have to wonder if this is kind of putting them in line for more purchasing options, because people can still purchase battle packs. And if you eventually exchange things and then, you can now exchange them for scrap to where you can buy specific items, is this an underhanded, kind of a stealthy option to kind of get people to buy more battle packs and scrap stuff? Do you think?
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. But anyone that's going to purchase battle packs to hopefully get, you know, something that you don't want to scrap to buy something you do want. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It really encourage more. It some people will fall for it.
It kind of encourages the economy, right? Kind of to keep it going.
I guess.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. That's a good point. So
Well, I mean, it's for me always thinking of EA in the background of some way of them like, how can we get people to spend money? Buying battle packs is what they did with Battlefield 1. And then now, if you don't have any battle packs, but you want a specific thing, you buy some battle packs, and then you don't get what you want, you can now exchange those things for scrap, and you can buy specifically the thing that you wanted with scrap.
But you can't. But
so
when you
kind of
purchase
indirectly.
battle packs, so you can only purchase the low level one, right? You can't purchase the superior ones, can you?
I'm not sure.
You only purchase the fucking the low end ones, so you're gonna get like fucking 30 scrap. How much fucking money would you have to spend?
Well, it depends on the scrap price for whatever you're looking for.
Right, I know. Well, still, it's kind of. I mean, I figure the smart move now that this is in place would be the ability to buy scrap.
I mean, that would be the business move.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it the smart move.
Well, on the business side, I'm not talking for the player side for sure. But I mean, that's where I thought you were going with it when you said that this has opened the door for. I figured that was to purchase scrap now.
Well, it does add a little bit more of a microtransaction incentive, I guess.
But it's like I said, like I'm fine. Microtransactions are for cosmetic items. I don't care. But it's not pay to win, so I'm
True.
Like, to me, it doesn't.
I'm okay with that. In that window of ideas, then yes, I'm okay that it's not pay to win. I don't give a fuck what they do because it doesn't affect me.
Right. No. Once it affects the weapons you get or something like that, or getting certain boosts on your weapons, and you get a competitive advantage, that would change everything.
Yeah, of course. All right. We don't have. I'm going to go a little off course here. We don't have a designated penis topic for this, and Uber, you're actually the newest to the podcast, so sometimes we have what we call a penis topic, and it's when the video game designers, developers, corporations, when they give us the dick in the worst way.
Okay.
When they force something really bad on us, we call that the penis topic. This next one is actually going to be the designated penis topic. I'm going to call it right now.
I feel like before Uber got on, we all decided that he was the penis topic.
Well, I don't. Or let's. Okay, I don't know. Your response to that. Work. Tell us about the weapons and gadgets.
So, in a stroke of
I see what you
predestined genius, DICE has decided to make changes to the weapon and gadgets. I'm just going to read this novel here. As part of an ongoing effort to address excessive use of explosive gadgets and grenades, we changed the way that grenades resupply for this release. The goal for these changes is to reduce the amount of grenades available while getting constantly resupplied, as it is common in choke points, at choke points, I don't know, without making resupplies unnecessarily long in other gameplay. Similar to some gadgets, all grenades slowly respawn when out of ammo. Yeah, I read that correctly.
Yeah. So, okay.
Let me finish this, and then we'll get into the timers after. This resupply is greatly sped up when near an ammo crate.
Okay, so first of all, fuck you, DICE, and whoever thought of this. Let me highlight here for 1 second. In an effort to address excessive use of explosive gadgets and grenades, and then I'll rephrase this for them to correctly reflect on what they did. In an effort to address excessive use of explosive grenades, we made them infinitely resupplyable.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they have done.
Yeah, because, I mean, what you would have before is support guy drops ammo crate, everybody huddles around ammo crate and pitches grenades.
Yeah, but it still takes some
now
time,
what they've done
and,
is,
I still understand that. Yeah, sure.
So now they've removed the need for the ammo guy.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, you still need bullets. Your bullets don't reach out. Fuck, that'd be an next patch.
Oh my gosh.
Bullets will automatically resupply every 12
As
seconds.
a result of people using grenades excessively, we have decided to make firearms automatically reload when you fire the last bullet, and ammo regenerates at 2 times the speed, the rate of fire the gun currently creates.
Yeah. So I don't understand how a decision like this gets passed through. This is completely counterintuitive. If they want to remove the excessive use of explosive gadgets and grenades, now they say gadgets, but really this is primarily for grenade use.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if they want to remove the excessive use of grenades, how in the fucking world does infinite reloading by a timer reduce the use of them? I do not understand, because, and here's the thing too, resupplies are 3 times as fast near ammo crates. That's directly taken from there. So we have the specific times. Yeah, so we have the specific times for each grenade that it'll take to automatically resupply, just magically. So the longest time,
ridiculous.
There's 4 grenades. Frag is 36 seconds. Light anti-tank grenade, 36 seconds. Impact grenade, 36 seconds. Incendiary, 36. So all of these, just by yourself, you can throw them, you can run out of ammo, and then run around. And 36 seconds later, you will be replenished magically with a new grenade that you can throw.
And if you're near an ammo crate, it speeds up even further.
Yeah,
Resupplies are 3 times as fast.
So
near
you're
ammo
talking
crates,
12
so they
seconds?
will take 12 seconds.
So you can just chuck them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and here's the thing too is, okay, so for those 4 that are listed, that kind of works, I guess, in reducing spam, because those are almost instant. Mm-hmm. You know, like you shoot them, or you throw them rather, they explode and then they're gone. The incendiary lasts for a little bit, but not very long. But the next one's for gas. For gas, they will automatically replenish after 27 seconds. Mini grenades in 24 seconds, and smoke in 18 seconds. So here's the thing. If they replenish, resupplies are 3 times as fast near ammo crates. So smoke every 6 seconds, you get a new smoke grenade.
And how long does the smoke
now they last?
Yeah.
They last longer than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to say I don't have the stats in front of me specifically, but I want to say just instinctually I feel like they last between 10 and 15 seconds. That feels safe, right?
That's like wiping your ass before you take a shit. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes. That's as you're shitting, you're wiping.
Doesn't make any sense.
So here's the thing. If you're playing in a close quarters match and one team really wanted to be fucking dicks, the whole fucking side just load up with gas or smoke and stand on a fucking ammo crate, and everyone just every fucking, 6 seconds fucking fire.
Every 6 seconds.
Every 6 seconds fire a smoke grenade.
Look like Snoop Dogg's
just
Beverly Hills mansion out there.
Right.
Everybody just queue up smoke on the water and just sit back and laugh because holy fuck.
Cheech and Chong would be like, y'all need to slow the fuck down.
Right?
And that's only with smoke, though. And the thing is that this is so counterintuitive on so many levels. This has never been any part of any Battlefield game ever.
No.
Never has there been such an arcadey style, like, instant gratification of resupplying just magically like this. It's always been about... Battlefield has had a deeper level of more than just a military action game. It's always been strategic. It's always been teamwork. It's always been, like these firefights that are based on rock, paper, scissors and different situations having advantages and everything. It's never, ever just been so arcadey as to, like, you just automatically, like, in a Halo sense of just you regenerate health, like, with ammo like this. I've never ever seen any Battlefield game like this, and this is just so out of the blue, because who asked for this?
That was going to be my question. You guys kind of have the
grenades have been a problem since the release of this game.
You guys kind of have the pulse on the community, I would think, because you guys are pretty entrenched into this game. Is there anybody you guys have heard or seen on social media or anything that has actually said, hey, this is awesome, or this is...
Grenades have been too much since the release.
The Battlefield 1 subreddit has been shitting on this idea since day one. There's even was a GIF the other day of someone saying, "Oh yeah, thanks for the grenade change," and it was on the new map. I can't remember the name, but Fort Defoe,
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. I can't remember pronounce it correctly, but yeah, there's the guy opens the fucking door and like 16 fucking grenades like come out the fucking door. That's what it looked like. It was probably like 6 or something, but like the indicator that the grenades are coming through the door. It's just like a whole shitload just pile at the fucking door at once. Like, yeah, that's stopping grenade spam right there.
Yeah.
Like how did they even play test this? Did they put it in the fucking CTE for like 2 weeks and say, hey, how does this play in?
I've never heard of it, so I don't think so.
Like, fuck.
So there's no change to how an ammo box replenishes your grenades other than it speeds it up, right?
Right.
I feel like if you're gonna try to address excessive use of grenades, wouldn't this be the exact opposite?
Yes.
Of that?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you like slow down the rate at which grenades are resupplied, or make it so that you can only get, say, 2 or 3, and then you have to move out of the range of the crate and come back in, or something? I mean,
something. Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like it's completely moving in the wrong direction.
Absolutely counterintuitive.
It seems more like, you know what? I think Exhibit is the grenade guy. Yo, dog, I heard you like grenades.
No, it's Oprah. You get a grenade.
Right.
You get a grenade.
Yes.
I'll get a grenade.
Well, and here's the thing: is they had one good idea, I guess, out of this whole shit stick that they're on. Ammo pouches currently no longer resupply grenades. So if you're going to try to reduce grenade spam, one way that grenades were resupplied, that you could get more grenades, is from the ammo pouches. So they were like, no, ammo pouches shouldn't give grenades anymore.
So they were like,
that's the
everybody
one
gets more
reasonable thing.
grenades, and if you're a horse class, fuck you, you can't get.
Well, no. Think of it in this way, because this is how I think is what happened. The guy that had the first idea, like, yo, grenades have been a constant problem. We need to try to address this. What if we take away ammo pouch replenishment? And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll add that to the patch. And then later, some guy, some exec, somebody way up the line that has no fucking idea how the game plays at all is like, you know what? Why don't we just have it automatically resupply? That'll be great. For no reason, that'll be great. Just because I said so.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Well, another change that's welcome too is the gas, mini, and smoke went from an automatic 2 to a 1.
Yeah, it went from 2 to 1.
That was a smart move.
Yes, but again, that makes no difference. Just like the ammo pouches, it makes absolutely no fucking difference if you have one, or if they don't get replenished by ammo pouches or even by ammo crates. It makes no difference because they are infinite given a small amount of time.
Yeah, like I'm saying, that was one. Like, those two changes were smart until they added the fucking timers on the grenade respawn. And the bottom of this is also, these changes are subject to tweaking in future releases. We're also looking to expanding the system to more gadgets in the future.
I feel like that guy right there lost his job.
I hope so.
At the very end, he's the guy that hit enter to release the patch notes, and he was like, yo, this is going to be a big fucking deal, and I got to try to cover us.
Yeah, right.
I hope that whoever thought this up could beat with a big fucking stick.
Yeah, this is going to be gone next patch. I'm anticipating.
They're going to have to, yeah. Like, if they're not going to totally ditch the grenade auto resupply, they need to jack the time limits up.
Yes.
And then make the ammo crates only resupply it at a minimal speed, not 3 times.
No.
Unless they're putting like a minute and a half, like they're putting a 90-second timer on every grenade.
I still think it's an obscene idea in Battlefield.
It needs to go. It needs to fucking go. But I'm saying, if they're not going to, they need to jack those times way up, where someone's not going to sit in the corner for 90 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Waiting for another grenade.
That's what I was going to address. Is say the thing is if you want automatic replenishment, it's got to be to where you're not in the same engagement when it replenishes. It shouldn't be such a small amount of time that you're in the same firefight or in the same situation.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be in the same area. It should be later in the game. If you want to try to encourage constant different strategic play and everything, having grenades is essential. It's very strategic in how you use grenades and which grenades you pick. But a constant automatic replenishment at such a quick rate for these things is, like I said, just obscene is the word that is screaming in front of my mind. It's completely anti-strategic.
Screams
it's
arcade.
It's counterintuitive. Yeah, it's just I have no explanation reasonably as to why this was included. It just blows my mind.
Fix your shit, Dice.
Yeah.
And
So,
add an assignment tab.
and add an assignment
Yes.
tab, yeah. All right, so Uber, take us through the very little information we have on Dice's next event.
Battlefest, March 30th.
Yay!
That's all I got.
What happens? What happens March 30th?
So March 30th, I guess they're gonna unleash the Dice's 25th anniversary of Battlefest, filled with giveaways, missions, and a few surprises for our fans. And that's pretty much all we got. If you go to the page they created, that's pretty much all you're gonna get out of there. We look forward to celebrating with you, the greatest community in the world. You don't want to miss this. So, are you guys hyped on this or?
I'm
I
so
can tell.
hyped, yeah.
I can kind
Considering the last Battlefest, which I can't remember was when, and then we got nothing for it. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Now, Oktoberfest or Battlefest? Which one is the better?
I
fest?
wish it was Oktoberfest. That's exciting. I'm ready for that, and it's only
Right?
March. No, Battlefest has always been a joke. I don't know why they still do this thing. It's
Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe we'll get.
That's what it says. A few surprises for our fans.
Ooh.
A few surprises.
Yeah,
no,
guarantee
what
it's
that's
all-
probably going to be. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be a skin for veterans or something. That's it.
Yeah, a new
I'll
dog
log
tag,
in and get it.
dog
Log
tag,
out.
dog tag or a skin,
Yeah.
and probably some crazy event. You have to
It's going to
fucking
be
4,000 bayonet charges a day, and you'll get a fucking free dog tag.
It's going to be a rich mahogany skin. Yeah.
With 2 layers of fucking veneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra varnished.
Yeah, well, they
mahogany
can take the
stock.
layer off of the foreskin because this is bullshit.
So the next, I guess what will be the next Battlefield, the next podcast, we'll have all the excitement from
All the
Battlefield.
surprises.
Yeah.
The limited edition
Yeah.
All 10
foreskins.
seconds it takes to talk
Everything.
about it. All right, so let's move on. We're going to get out of the Battlefield news because that's really it. We wanted to just bitch about a few things. It does get the release. They shall not pass, which actually, we didn't really touch on any of the positives
Yeah,
at
true
all. Now that I'm looking back on
sensing
this,
a trend
it's
here.
beautiful. No.
The Switch, now this.
No. I'll redact a little bit. Okay, so they shall not pass for non-premium members. It releases on the 28th. It's actually, I think, a very good DLC. It's very solid. The maps are great, and they look
Yes.
beautiful. They're stunning. I had the same reaction as when the game was first released. Like, wow, this looks really, really fucking good. They all look really well. They're balanced very well. There's a lot of things to do in the map, so they look great. So the DLC for me is worth it. We're just talking about some of the changes that DICE has been making to the game itself. So actually, the changes that we talked about were not really related to the DLC. Yeah. So I guess kind of we should have said that first, and now kind of as we're ready to move on, I'm looking back like, wow, we just fucking bitched the whole time. We didn't even talk about the DLC.
Now,
it looks good. Looks good. Need an assignment tab, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
now, as an do we because I know the premium pass is like $50, right? Is there a price for just this standalone DLC?
They're usually about $15 a piece, aren't they? 15,
Yeah, they're usually
18 bucks.
15, but I'm not
Okay.
positive.
It's always cheaper to buy a premium because over the 4.
Yeah, over the
5,
course of it,
yeah,
you'd end up paying $60+ dollars. So
Yeah,
you'll pay less if you buy it.
You save
upfront.
you save like $5 to $10 or something like that in total or whatever. Plus you
Yeah.
get the 2 weeks early access.
Right.
Yeah, for Panther and I, now we're the last two left that are really dedicated to Battlefield. For us, we know we're going to play the DLC. We know we're going to be still involved in the game, So it makes sense for us to buy premium. But for people like Work, who is a veteran that's been distancing himself from Battlefield, it doesn't make sense.
It's
for
a
him to
wait
buy
and
it.
see approach kind of thing.
No, when they're just giving motherfuckers grenades, just because America. It's further justification that I've made a good decision.
Sure. Yeah.
So all I will do is rage, and I'm tired of raging.
I do like that there is these. I mean, the era we live in these days, where you're 5 months, 6 months into a game launch, and there's still substantial stuff being added or tinker. I mean, sometimes tinkering is not a good thing, and maybe in this case it wasn't as far as the gameplay was concerned. But as far as content, I mean, that's pretty neat. That I mean, I'll shell out $15 to. I mean, I looked at all the stuff they're adding, and that's to me that's worth it. I think that's a worthy investment. So it's kind of nice to see games getting supported way past their launch window.
Well, as long as it doesn't become a situation of like Destiny, to where you launch with an incomplete game,
right?
And eventually complete it through DLC, which people have to pay for.
No,
don't even. That's widely accepted. That's not a controversial statement.
Yes, it is. How is it incomplete?
It's not.
How was it incomplete?
What do you mean, how is it incomplete?
How was the game incomplete?
I'm not getting into this. We're going to move on.
That's right.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole podcast. But no, it's widely accepted. You may be the outlier by saying that it was complete at launch. Most people, I tell you factually, most people do not agree.
How about No Man's Sky?
Those people are also.
I don't even want to talk about the fucking dumpster fire. The
oh my gosh.
The orphanage fire that was No Man's Sky.
I tell you what, though,
Did you
people
go
are
back?
coming around on it.
Have you gone back, Baker?
They are coming around. I still have it. I bought it digitally like a fucking asshole. I was like, wow, this looks great.
Launch day. I bought it day
guys,
one.
Little backstory here. I went to E3 2 years ago, and I went to the Sony press conference, and it was cool. It was at the, I think where the Clippers used to play, in big arena, and they made it all, they dressed things up.
Yeah, the Staples Center.
They showed this game, and I was just speechless. So I was one of those people too to pick it up on launch day, and I thought it could quite possibly be like the best game ever made. And I put that dumpster fire into my console, and very shortly after, I realized I've been bamboozled. I have been bamboozled in the worst way.
Once you get there's a certain hump that you get past, and I think it's usually about 5 or 6 hours after.
Yes.
Once you hit like a couple planets, you hit just a handful, and you realize like, nope, this is it.
Right.
Like that's where they got you.
Absolutely. There were people crying. I mean, at the presser, people were in tears. They were that excited. I mean, people were going nuts. I thought, well, I'm pretty excited for it, and
that made a lot of people nervous about a lot of other games that were coming out.
Yeah.
And there was a big hype build up. Like Horizon Zero Dawn was another one. People were like, please don't let this be another No Man's
I waited.
Sky.
I personally waited because of No Man's Sky. I really did.
That is now a fucking statement.
Totally.
Yeah.
Please don't No Man's Sky this game. Like that's like the fucking.
It's absolutely deserved.
The Guardian, another one
really
that was super hyped at E3. I mean, super hyped.
And I don't even know the fucking. Everyone just like loses their fucking mind over it. I have no fucking clue what it was. So I saw. I'm like, hey, it looks kind of cool. And then then people played it, and people shit all over it. The Guardian. The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian. That's it.
Yeah.
I got it. I mean, I picked it up, but it was too wonky for me.
That's the big complaint.
That's what I heard.
I didn't even realize it was out.
What?
That was the one that was like kind of like Shadow of the Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little kid with the big
it's
ass
from the
dog
same
thing.
developers.
Yeah.
Shit, that came out in December.
So this is the off-topic part of the podcast.
All right.
Ooh, all right.
All right. So, anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into the rest of the gaming news here. First off, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. Yeah. So the sales, as of March 16th, which as of this recording is 10 days prior, it's now the 26th. The sales as of March 16th was 2.6 million copies. And they also have confirmed, Guerrilla Games confirmed, that there is a story expansion in progress. We're going to see some type of story DLC.
Love it.
We all cannot say enough of this game. Every one of us in this podcast pretty much agree that this is a masterpiece. This is Guerrilla Games at their finest, and just a unending round of applause for how well they did. Really, I mean, just an unbelievable game.
Yep.
I was playing it just before the podcast.
Yeah.
And
I was like, I looked at the clock. I gotta jump off here because we gotta record, and it's like, I could just play it forever. Yeah, it's awesome.
So good, and I can't wait to see more from the DLC. Now, actually, out of the four of us, Uber is the newest member to hop on to Horizon Zero Dawn, but doing work has actually finished the main story.
Yes.
So are you more excited, do you feel, like, after you finish the story, or like if you can think back to before you completed it, what is more exciting to you? The prospect of like there being a continuation before you knew the end or after the end? Like, what's more exciting?
After.
Okay, so the ending's that good.
Definitely after. Oh, it's fantastic. I said it, I think in either one or two podcasts ago. It's the best game that I've played since Last of Us, and the ending is easily on par. Easily.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it
Easily.
for-
Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, boys, prepare yourselves. It is fucking amazing.
So here's how
And there's so many. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's so many like different groups and tribes, and I mean, you guys have probably seen most of this stuff. So there's so many directions that they could go, and so many backstories that they could flesh out. It's an incredible. I'm hesitant to use the word universe, so I'll say world.
Yep.
That they could build onto. They have so many
Sure.
directions they could go. They've done very well.
Sweet.
Okay.
I just can't wait to play some more of it. That's why. I
Same
feel
here.
bad, so
I
I've
know,
only
we
owned
wrap
it
this shit up.
for 4 days, so I guess they can tack one more copy onto that 2.6 million.
Yeah.
At least
2.6.
one more.
Well, I'm sure it's gone
Hold
up
on.
considerably because it's been 10
Right,
days.
I would
Yeah.
think so, and
Yeah.
it's the only game that's been on my mind the last. I mean, it's that good to where that's all you think about
Yeah.
wanting to
And
do.
one, I can tell you confidently that like you're still in such the beginning phase that like you're not ready. Like
You're still in
it's
the
still
sacred
so
lands, right?
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, so you haven't even got past. The
Oh
gate.
wait, no, I did pass the gate. I did the.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to.
Well, you just got past the tutorial then. Like,
Oh, wow.
you're not
Yeah.
even in like
Oh
the
wow!
real
But
game.
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks to the
And
game.
the-
How I mean, it just entrenches you, and it's fabulous all the way across. Gameplay, the visuals, I just marvel at that. The photo mode,
Yeah.
I seriously
Yes.
lost an hour yesterday in photo mode, just messing with the time of day and the angles and the. I mean, there's so much stuff to do, and that
Yeah.
it is truly amazing. It's one of the best games I've ever played, and I've played a lot of them. But I mean, and I'm so
Yeah.
early, but I can just tell that this is going to be one of those games that you'll remember years
Now-
from now.
Yep. Now let's get your first impression. We talked about it very briefly before the podcast started, but I want to get it on record here on recording. Now, the two contenders that we had spotted so far as of late March for Game of the Year have been Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda Breath of the Wild. You, as an owner of both, with experience in both, how do you feel so far?
Yeah. So we touched on this before we started recording. They're in a way they're similar games as far as the style of game, and both beautiful games in their own right. And I've played quite a bit of both now. I mean, at least a few hours into each one of them, handful of hours, I'd say. Zelda's beautiful. It's great. Once again, I like being able to take it on the go. And, that's a huge thing. But to me, if you're just comparing, apples to apples here, game for game, Horizon's just a masterpiece. I mean, to me it blows Zelda out of the water. Honestly, it does.
Nice.
It really does.
That's
And
great to hear.
it's not just the technical thing. I mean, it's not just the graphics and the 4K and stuff. Playing it on the PS4 Pro, it's amazing. It's not just that though. It's the story. It's how it really captivates you. It really kind of sucks you in. Zelda does that to some extent, but Horizon really. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in love with it. Maybe I'm just maybe it's just a crush. I don't know what it
Well,
is.
it's not just
But
you.
yeah, I
No,
feel like
yeah.
it's just amazing. It is truly amazing, and honestly, it's taken away from my Zelda playing time. I've now, I played when it first came out. I played Zelda a lot at home, and then I take it to work and
Yeah.
I'd play it on my lunch break and stuff, and I still do that. But my home time now, my home gaming time is dedicated to Horizon. That's all I want to play. So and it's the proof is in the pudding. There, I mean, it says everything there. That to me, that's
and I love pudding.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think Horizon's just a bit better than Zelda. I really do.
Yeah, game of the year. Game of the year. Awesome. Okay, so moving along into Horizon numbers. Panther, tell us about some stats 3 weeks into the game so far.
So yeah, this was a tweet that was put out, and I'm thinking it might be someone that must be a dev or
it's gotta be.
Yeah, I can't pronounce the dude's name, so he's probably one of the people that work on the game. He posted on Twitter. So this is death numbers from Horizon Zero Dawn 3 week stats. Death by Tallnecks 400,000.
That's ridiculous.
Just wait. I got 2 stories to tell about that in a second. Stalkers, 3 million people killed by stalkers.
I believe that they are.
I've only run into them once so far.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're AIDS.
No, I've had half a dozen to a dozen times.
They're so much AIDS.
Thunderjaws, 5 million people killed by Thunderjaws.
Yeah, Thunderfucks are bad too.
Yeah. So, and log traps, 348 people have been killed by log traps. So that's the funny numbers. People must be standing underneath them. Maybe they didn't realize how they worked at first. I'm not really sure, but that's how I figure.
They had to have shot them though. I don't think this can be triggered by AI.
Like, hey, what is this? And they fucking shot one, or they actually set a trap and an animal ran by and set it off on them. Or I'm not sure, but
here's the funny thing: it's such a small percentage out of what we just stated. As of March 16th, 2.6 million copies, and now, as of the date of this recording, it's plus that. But out of those, 348 dumbasses shot log traps to kill themselves.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
But the Tallnecks thing is funny. Is just before I read this post, because I got the post was on Reddit. I was playing and I was on a Tallneck. And I just taken it over, and I was shooting one of the robots down below off the Tallneck, because you're up there, and then most of them can't get you. So I was like picking the fucking the armor off this one guy, and I made the mistake of studying going L2 R2. I hit R2 and then a fucking power swing right off the fucking top of the Tallneck.
Yeah.
All I could do was fucking laugh at myself. But I actually stood in front of one just to see, hey, for science, what happens? Yeah, they fucking kick you to death.
Yep. You will get squished.
I was like, hey, I gotta try. It's like, just to see. But yeah, the other day when I took the power swing off the top of the Tallneck, technically the Tallneck didn't kill me. It was my stupidity.
It was stupidity, yeah.
But it was still, it was funny. I was on the Tallneck and fucking power swung myself right off the side of it. I thought that was pretty fun. I hope they come out with some more stats like this. That's pretty entertaining.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, I want to know how many. Like, for me, the constant thought is how many machines have I killed total? Like, for some reason, I want to feel like some type of global effort. Like, if the world that we're in has been taken over by these machines, like, I want to have some type of impact. That I want to feel like I've made a difference.
You can look at You can look at your own stats as
I know, but I mean, like, if they're releasing stats like this, like globally, like, I don't know.
Do you want it broke down, like how many people in Canada or how many people in North America killed how many machines, or?
Well, yeah, something like that. I mean, I think that'd be cool. That'd be kind of like an in competition that you could put in, like which country can defeat the most machines, which country can clear, the most areas.
I like that.
Know, something like that.
That's an interesting.
I want to know how many pieces of Bridgewood.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How many arrows have been fired at?
Yeah, Doing Work's got a lot of wood.
breakers.
We can confirm it here. That's true.
My gosh, I'm swimming in wood.
How many times? I would know the stat. How many times you had to go? Fuck! I gotta find a merchant to sell this shit because I'm fucking overloaded. I gotta wait.
Oh my gosh.
Look through my inventory. What can I throw away?
Yep.
If there was one thing I wish is that I don't know that you can drop resources, but that would be super handy. You can drop mods.
You can drop resources. You can
drop them.
You can drop that shit.
I haven't done that yet.
I have.
What?
A few
You guys
times.
fought
You
a rock
completed the
breaker?
game and you haven't dropped inventory?
No, I've dropped modifications.
That's it.
Janky modifications. If it's not purple, I don't even look at it.
I usually if I'm overloaded, I'll dump like some fucking meat or some shit or whatever I know I can usually get.
Yeah.
And then I usually
Or if you got 4 slots dedicated to Blaze.
4. I like it more than that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Get rid of it.
10.
What? 4? No, man, I got like 6 fucking slots for Blaze, dude.
Why?
Dude, I just fucking go through shit like.
But you can get that just from looting easily. What do you mean?
I know, but
I don't even shoot fire arrows.
Yeah, true enough. I use them sometimes. My biggest thing, what I love to do, and it's kind of like it became a sick obsession for like a day, was shooting the back of the grazers with the 4 blaze tanks.
Yeah.
Fire arrow, and I shoot one. I just stand with my back. The cool guys don't look at explosions. I just wait for the fucking asshole to blow up and it catches 3 or 4 buddies on fire.
Yeah, no, I slow down time enough to shoot 2 different ones, and then I look away.
Yeah, I shoot one and turn my back. I've done that tonight before. I wasn't recording at the time, but I done that tonight. I was going around collecting some metal flowers. So I was like, oh, I haven't done this in a while. So I shot him in the ass. I just turned around and waited, and then fucking the old Michael Bay fucking kicked in. And the first time it happened, it caught me so off guard because I hit one and he was standing beside like 3 or 4 of his little buddies. They were all chewing the grass up, and I smoked them with the fire arrow. And I'm like, oh, he lit right on fire. And all of a sudden, he fucking exploded, and everybody in the area caught on fire. I was, like, blown away.
Yep.
Like, the game just makes me happy.
Yep.
Have any of you guys fought a rock breaker yet? I know Uber hasn't.
I get into trying to fight 2 of them at once, and then I fucking said, well, maybe I'll go and get, like, a ram or something and take it over and bring it back, and maybe you'll help me. And when I'm back over, they reset their health, and I'm like, I ain't fucking with these guys, and I left. I'm like, because they got triggered. I didn't even mean to trigger them. I was just running up the fucking road, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit. So I'm not. They are
not fun.
No, I definitely need to rethink my strategy.
Not fun.
Yeah, they're triggered easier than a transgender vegan.
Yeah, right.
I'm definitely gonna have to get used to laying traps, and if you get one frozen and start pounding them, you can take some pretty big chunks of health off. But
yeah, stealth is your friend.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a challenge. But yeah, I know there's. I'm pretty sure one of the quests introduced you to those. I haven't done that quest yet, but I was running through the desert, and that's when I come across them. I'm like, these guys aren't fun. Fuck you guys. I left.
yeah. There's a corrupted zone that gets pretty interesting later on.
The behemoths are pretty fucking crazy too.
They're fun. I like fighting those things.
Jesus, just awesome. Everything in this game is awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah, and Thunderjaws, man, I love picking up the disc launcher and just murdering shit with that thing.
The Ravager gun is amazing as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I finished.
All right, well let's stop touching ourselves to Horizon Zero Dawn. All right,
I was almost there.
I haven't finished yet.
I know. Just wait. No, like you're not even close. Let me tell you right now.
I finished twice.
All right, so who is this on the next topic? Work. Yeah, okay, so the other game that I'm going to be touching myself all year to, I can't wait for more information. We've got a little bit, maybe? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, boys. It's coming. It's coming. And
I hope it comes.
It's a site or a UK retailer has possibly leaked at least the UK release date. I think we're gonna put the link in here.
Yeah, of course.
So they have this image of a pre-order thing, and it shows due for release on September 26th of this year. So hopefully that's wrong, and it's actually like
April
2 weeks from now, or something, like yesterday, December, like Last Guardian.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh man, Red Dead. Oh my gosh. So much fun, or Grand Theft Horse, as I like to affectionately
like, see, Red Dead, like, I feel like Horizon has the chance to be that kind of game. Like, 10 years from now, we're still going to remember this.
Oh, dudes. So, Red Dead 2 comes out in 2017.
Yeah.
All this game of the year talk about Horizon.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't considered Red Dead.
It just hit me.
Rockstar
doesn't play.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man.
So that could be.
Well, here's a question though, and I may show a little bit of ignorance in this particular topic, but has Rockstar got a Game of the Year award?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. I know Grand Theft Auto is always loved. They've always done great with Grand Theft Auto. They've been extremely and massively successful.
Right.
But have they ever got Game of the Year for that?
I don't know, because, let's see.
It's a good question.
Last year it was,
I
it
don't
was
know.
Overwatch last year, wasn't it?
Bleh.
Well, I guess it depends on who's doing that. Is there like an official?
Well, no, I mean, for me, I'll at least speak personally. For me, Game of the Year, I usually go by what IGN will determine.
Okay, 'cause,
As far as like the official thing, that's not my personal opinion, of course, but
Right,
my
right.
official go-to for Game of the Year of what's designated is usually IGN.
Is IGN's okay? So
Now,
because
how about a 4-player
'Cause
co-op
the-
Game of the Year show at the end of this year
Oh my
to
goodness!
kind of solidify, you know what
well,
I mean?
our last podcast for the year will probably be a recap.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So we could definitely do something like that for sure.
Yeah, where we look back on all the stuff that has happened and get rid of all like the minimal bullshit, like the updates to the certain games or whatever, and we look back at the real big picture and what companies and what developers made the real big difference for the year. I can already say, as we've all agreed, Horizon Zero Dawn has been a huge leap forward and really cemented Guerrilla Games as a serious developer.
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. Rockstar has never won since they started doing it in 2001. Rockstar has not won a Game of the Year.
Man, I am honestly surprised that Red Dead Redemption, the original one, didn't get.
But they have done several games of the year, like the Golden Joystick Award. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 won 4 or 5 Game of the Years from various.
Yeah, so
Sources,
that's
but
the
they don't
thing,
have the big one.
Because even the Game Awards is a fucking joke. It's not, you know. I mean, it's, I don't know.
There's some heavy hitters on this list. There's even a Wii game on this list.
There's some,
Oh,
there's
that's a
some of
joke.
those, some.
Super Mario
There's
Galaxy.
some of those other people that do their games of the year that kind of have some backing, that they have big fans and stuff, so you can. There's so many games to get, you know, notarized. But yeah, there's not one official other than maybe the big IGN, what they
Right.
class as a game of the
Yeah.
year. But
I feel like,
Yeah.
arguably though, that's like the biggest game site
really?
now.
2012's IGN Game of the Year was Journey.
That was a big deal for
Yeah.
a lot of people, though. I mean, for me personally, it wasn't. I didn't
I thought it was
really.
a cool game.
Yeah.
It was cool.
A
Yeah.
lot
It's
of
cool.
people did, though.
I have a hard time wrapping my head around like a 3-hour completion
Right.
game.
But it was a cool experience, right? Like, I liked it. I don't know
Yeah.
about Game of
It
the
was.
Year,
Definitely
but I
something
liked
different.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I have fond memories of it. But like Horizon, I think it's gonna stick with me. It's one of those years,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like Last of Us.
For sure.
Like Last
Yeah,
of Us.
exactly. It
Exactly.
just sticks with you and you remember it.
Yeah.
Because on the Amazon.ca website, you can pre-order fucking Red Dead 2 already. You can pre-order
Yeah.
it, and it says release date is, you know, just typical December 31st, right?
The
it's the
placeholder
placeholder.
date,
Right.
sure.
So that's all we've seen up until this potential leak
Yeah.
from this UK website, and they could have just fucking typoed something, right? So I mean, we don't know.
Maybe.
Like, this is, you know, this is rumor. We don't usually do a lot of rumor stuff on this, but that's kind of one thing I thought would be, you know, people would be
Let's
interested in.
see. The original RDR won Game of the Year awards from GameSpy, GameSpot, Machinima,
Game
Yeah.
a
Spy.
That's
couple of other that I didn't care to
Yeah.
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I
to
don't
it,
know.
man.
For me, right now, after, and I tried not to buy into Horizon Zero Dawn's hype, simply because of what we already addressed with No Man's Sky. I've got the fucking hiccups. I've finished an entire bottle of wine so far myself. This is certainly a Bottlefield for
Yes.
me. So I tried not to buy into the hype of Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually waited until a few days after release just to get it, just to make absolutely sure that I wasn't wasting my hard-earned money. It's certainly worth it. We've already discussed it many times over. Possible game of the year. So I waited. Red Dead 2 is probably, for me, the single most anticipated game of this entire year.
Yeah.
Now, I waited to buy into the hype train, you know, to hop on the choo-choo for Horizon Zero Dawn. But from the get-go, from the announcement, from the teaser, from the extreme outlier possibility, Red Dead 2, I have had such a boner. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, dude, I couldn't wait for Red Dead 2 the minute I finished Red Dead 1. I was like, oh my gosh, this needs to happen.
Yep.
Are you gonna pre-order like launch day? Are you picking that up immediately?
Immediately, yeah. Launch day digital. I'm gonna pre-buy it, pre-download.
It's a call-in sick to work kind of day.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's another. And actually, Guerrilla Games just made my list. What is it? Naughty Dog launch day title. Like I don't have any concern that they're gonna let me down. I don't have any concern that Rockstar's gonna let me down.
Yep.
Right.
Guerrilla.
I agree.
Yep.
Definitely.
And dude, I used to be like that with Gearbox, and then they made what the hell was that game? Battleborn or whatever.
Yep.
Just takes one shitty title for you to just be like, well, you know what? This time I'm gonna wait.
I did hear that they're working on. What is it? Borderlands 3? I did hear that they're officially working on it.
Now, to be fair though, I do have to say that hypothetically every developer is like that though, because BioWare, they just released Mass Effect Andromeda, which has got, I think, what was it on IGN, a 7.7?
That's generous.
Well, from what I'm hearing so far, and I haven't picked it up. I'm a big fan of Mass Effect. But I didn't pick up the newest one just based on the early footage that I've seen, from the reviews and reactions that I've seen, from the official scores. It seems mediocre. So I don't know. I mean, like, I'm probably not going to pick up Mass Effect until it's on sale. But we now say that Guerrilla we're putting them up with the ranks of Rockstar and with Naughty Dog. And for me, Rockstar and Naughty Dog have been, at least for a decade, consistent, absolute, utmost, highest quality. Now, to say that Guerrilla is up there, that may be a bit of a stretch. I'm going to say it right now. They did a masterful job with Horizon Zero Dawn. Absolutely, it's a masterpiece. It's nearly perfect. It's such a step up from the quality that they produced beforehand. And not to say anything against Killzone. I love Killzone as a franchise. It's great. But they really, really, really went above the board and went above and beyond with Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's another thing. Like, can you live up to that, right? I mean, I guess Rockstar, and Naughty Dog, they continue to do so, but it's tough to live up to it. But for me personally, I tell you what, they've earned another $60 out of me. I'm just gonna give it to them blindly. I don't even need to know what it. I'm gonna pick it up, whatever it may be, and if.
Well, I will honestly, for me personally, I will hesitate to buy Killzone 4 right out of the gate. I'll wait a little bit.
I don't know if they come in with a Killzone.
Are they working on Killzone 4?
That's the thing. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I assume, because the franchise historically has been a success for them. Killzone 2 and 3 were great. Killzone 4 got kind of mediocre reviews, but I envision sometime in the future they will be working on it. So I'm not sure at this point. We're not saying, but I don't know. I'm just saying, as a developer, we've banked on Naughty Dog having pretty much gold, with Rockstar having pretty much gold. There's very few developers now that we can bank on. Developers are usually limited by their publishers. Right. In such an instance, we've seen EA is normally the evil corp, the bad corporation that kind of ruins developers, such as DICE with Battlefield. We've seen other corporations run the same route, but
Activision.
Activision as well. But Naughty Dog and Rockstar have always put out quality, so we bank on those two, and that's actually the measuring stick, for most of us. So to say that Guerrilla Games is now up there with them, I really appreciate, and I can back that Horizon Zero Dawn has elevated them to the absolute very top level of gaming development, but that's not to say that they have a history of top-level gaming development. That's just the one game so far.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they haven't had a track record of releasing broken games either. So I mean, they have a track record that holds up. Maybe their titles not have been, the quality and precision that we got with HDD, but it definitely they've always delivered games that aren't broken pieces of shit.
Of course.
And you notice the common denominator when you mention. Guerrilla, and now you mention and Naughty Dog, you realize who they're under, right? They're Sony, right? They're not. Yeah. They're not EA. They're not fucking Activision. They're not Warner Brothers. They're they're fucking Sony. It's a first party, so Sony gives these guys the room to make the games to what they should be.
Right.
I mean, okay, we can No Man's Sky because I mean that's basically they're under the Sony banner to a point, but I'm just saying it definitely kind of opens your eyes up when you look at the games that we'd love to just say, oh, we're gonna automatically give these guys money, and two of them are under the Sony banner. And I'll say the same for San Diego Studios with MLB The Show. So
yeah,
there you go.
Well, there's certain developers that get the leeway, they get the space to do what they want, and they get the time to develop as they like. And we kind of touched on a pre-podcast about certain developers that are, you can very clearly tell with the last Mass Effect title, Mass Effect Andromeda, that there was kind of like a corporate dirty hands, like this has to be out by this date, no matter what it looks like. We talked about everything previously. And I won't go into it too much detail, but like I said, we talked about that already, and like there's certain development studios like Naughty Dog and like Rockstar where they get a very, very, very extensive amount of time to develop and to really, really show the labor of love that they have for this title and for the stuff that they create, and it really, really shows. And for Guerrilla Games, for Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a very clear example that they've joined the ranks of having the trust from their publisher that you guys are doing something special. We can really, really tell that. So take your time, get all the fine tweaks that you can, and develop this as best as you can. And it's fantastic for all gamers. It's just nothing but good news.
Yeah, well, and it's really smart on Sony's part because now they can say, if you get a PS4, you have access to Horizon, you have access to Uncharted series, you have access to Last of Us and stuff. Yep. So it's those are heavy hitter decision swing titles
for a console seller.
For a console.
Yep. Yep. All right, so we've jerked off Sony enough. Possibly some more news. Uber, take us through the next possible Sony console.
Yeah, so rumor has it that Sony's working on another thinner console, apparently. So we got the PS4 Slim, we got the PS4 Pro. Logically, we would assume they're working on a PS4 Pro Slim, I guess, right? Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
That would be the thought. Yeah.
I don't think they're working on any kind of mobile Switch type of console.
God, I hope not.
No.
But are they done with mobile consoles? I mean, that was kind of my question. Like, do you think there's going to be another Vita or PSP type of gadget?
My instinct says no.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's multiple reasons.
Don't get me wrong, it would be cool to have something, but to me, I don't think I'd sell it to money. My console game, I game on my chair, and
yeah.
I don't game anywhere else.
Well, and here's the thing: there's multiple reasons why the PlayStation, why Sony wouldn't put their foot forward on another mobile console is because the Vita is still fully capable for the PS4.
Right.
It still translates to where you can remote play, you can still watch things on there. It's still actually, if you look at it objectively, it's still more capable than the Switch tablet form.
Yeah, as a media device for sure. For sure.
Yes.
I agree.
Well, media, and you can remote play PS4 games.
True.
So even as a handheld gaming device.
True. Just the support hasn't been there, right? That's the one thing. Like the support hasn't been there.
Not much.
I wish every game was, compatible. I would be an owner. Sure. I would be an advocate of this device. But I do welcome a PS4 Pro redesign. I love my PS4 Pro. I love the output of it. I love turning it on and seeing what I see on my screen. But looking at this thing in my entertainment center, I can't say it's the prettiest looking console. I still struggle finding the disc eject and the power buttons. It is a struggle every time.
Use your controller, dude. Use your controller.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I'm always like kind of just blindly feeling, where's the button, and then all of a sudden I hear a beep. Oh, okay. Oh crap, that was the eject. Damn it! I just tried to turn the thing on. So I would I would welcome a redesign for sure. Maybe a slimmer version. I don't really care about the size of it. I just would like it to be a little bit more straightforward. For some,
Yeah, it's the motion of the ocean.
for someone like me who's not very smart, put a big red button in the middle that I just have to push. You know what I mean? I don't need it. I feel like I'm solving a puzzle every time I try to turn the damn thing on. So.
Jeez. You got problems, dude. You got problems. Here's the only thing is, I don't have a PS4 Pro, and I don't know if I'll ever get one. But I'm just the way my desk is set up is I have two monitors side by side, and my PS4 sits right in between the two of them. So I know the PS4 Pro is a little bit wider, right, than a regular PS4, right. And I know it's definitely taller. So I haven't measured that. I don't know if it'll fit in the same spot. So I'd have to like move it to a different area, and then I'll have it set up in my current area because where my monitor, unless I take my monitors and mount them to the wall, I guess I could solve that problem. But I'm looking at the picture of the PS4 Pro, and it's like, I don't know if that'll fit where my other PlayStation sits. So I got logistic problems.
Yeah, it's a triple decker, man. When you try to turn it on with chopsticks, it becomes very difficult.
Well, right now they haven't confirmed that it's going to be a PS4 Pro Slim.
No.
That's just kind of what we're guessing because we already have a PS4 Standard, we have a PS4 Slim, we have the PS4 Pro, but that by all reports is a little bulkier, like Panther was just kind of joking about and alluding to. The PS4 Pro is a little bulkier, it's a bit bigger. So it would make sense naturally that this would be a PS4 Pro Slim that they're talking about.
Right.
But as of right now, we don't have anything confirmed. So, I mean...
Yeah, and Microsoft's doing that. Was the Project Scorpio or Scorpion?
Yeah, Scorpio is supposed to be...
That's supposed to be... I don't know that that's like a bigger, badder Xbox. That's a new
Scorpio. Yeah, it's like
from what we've heard.
Well,
right?
it's kind of.
Like
I would say
PS4
it's alluding
Pro.
to the same step up as from PS4 to PS4 Pro. It's the same thing from like Xbox One to if you, just as an example, if you want to say Xbox Two, it's better in every way it's supposed to be.
And they're toting some pretty big numbers. Like
But is it an upgraded Xbox One?
Yeah,
like the PS4.
Yeah,
Pro.
it's what it is.
Now they got the S. The S is like the equivalent to the Pro, right? So is this like a?
No, the S is a Slim.
No.
Oh, that's just.
No, the S is a Slim.
Yeah, the S doesn't do. I don't think it does 4K.
This has a 4K player,
games or
like for
anything like
Blu-ray.
It has 4K output for sure. The game on the.
Yeah, but only not games.
Yeah.
No, the Slim doesn't do. No.
The
no
Xbox
way.
One S.
You're high in shit.
I might be
Xbox
semi-high.
One S does 900p. It does 900p. What are you fucking talking
No,
about?
I'm pretty sure.
It has 4K Blu-ray player. That is it. It doesn't do 4K gaming.
I'm gonna have to check on that.
No way. Yeah, I put money on that.
Don't
right
upset me.
If I'm
Showdown.
right, if I'm right, you send me your PS4 Pro. How about
Oh,
that?
how about I'll sell my Xbox One S?
You should.
You should anyway.
You should anyways, just on principle.
Yeah. No, the Xbox One S is the Xbox One is just a slim version of the Xbox.
It's not
One,
that slim.
and it has
How
4.
big was the original one?
What the fuck? It was the size of a fucking 1975 VCR. I hear the butchers were using to kill large farm animals. So, yeah, they're fucking big.
I'm looking it
motherfuckers.
up, man. I'm looking it up.
It doesn't do 4K gaming. It does 4K video. Like
It
Blu-ray,
up converts
but does
games
not
to 4K. HDR support
Yeah.
4K.
Yeah, up converts, which
Yeah,
means
it
a
up-
little
Adds
bit.
up convert. Yeah, we're talking about native.
Yeah, it doesn't do
Tomato
4K.
tomato.
No, nobody says
No, not
tomato.
really.
You stop it.
Not really.
Correct.
Nobody says tomato.
Yeah,
Man,
we're done. We're done. We're just moving along.
You lose.
I'm selling it. I'm listing it on Craigslist right now.
Shit. So the link to this story is going to be in the description, like everything else in the podcast. It's
Yeah.
going to be there, so you can read what the rumors are for sure.
All right, so let's roll right in while we're talking about Xbox. The Xbox One is kind of struggling. We have right now in 2017 so far, we're just about 4 months in. We've got a number of exclusives for PlayStation 4 announced. Of course, for the Switch, we have Zelda. We don't really have any Xbox exclusives, and this is really just kind of Another thing in a long line of failings as far as the Xbox is concerned, the Xbox One, as far as a console, is pretty capable. It's pretty competitive. It does a lot of the things that the PS4 will do, but it just hasn't had the first party support. It hasn't had like the really exclusive like console sellers that the PS4 has had, and now with the Switch being released, obviously the only game worth playing so far has been Zelda. But as we reported last podcast, it's got somewhere around a 90% sell rate to this console itself. So nearly everybody that gets, about 9 out of 10 people that get the console itself are buying Zelda at the same time. Arguably, it's a console seller. So exclusives still matter. They really, really do. And that's demonstrable in just about every way that we can quantify sales. So with the Xbox One, the sales, they haven't really talked about, the numbers as far as the actual hardware sales. They've talked about stuff that they've shipped out to retailers. And I think we've talked about that before on previous podcasts, but they don't really tell us the actual hardware sales, and PS4 will give us hard sales. Like Sony gives us the actual numbers of hardware consoles sold. So with Xbox One struggling, they're kind of lagging behind. I think right now, in the past few months at least, PS4 has been selling 2-1 versus Xbox One.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
something like that.
So this, I guess, brings up the topic of the Xbox One struggling with it being comparable to the PS4 in almost every way. The difference right now is clearly that there are no exclusives, or at least not as many exclusives for the Xbox One, and how that demonstrates, as far as sales go. So what is the move that Xbox should make here? Obviously, getting some quality exclusives would be the deal, but when you have two products on the shelf that do almost the same thing, you're going to look at what can they do individually, like versus Go ahead, sure.
I'm gonna say something here that may or may not be considered controversial, but I think Microsoft made a very, very big mistake when they screwed the pooch with Bungie and let Bungie go.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Destiny had been an Xbox exclusive?
You're right.
Because love it or hate it, an ass load of people playing that game. Yep. Still, at the end of year 3, they're still the subreddit is still insanely
100%.
active.
Yep.
And Bungie is a top-notch developer, and I really think they screwed the pooch.
Well, and Bungie was right up there. We could say, obviously, most of us are kind of Sony fanboys, I guess. You could say objectively.
Sure.
Bungie is right up there with Naughty Dog and with Rockstar and everything. Bungie was the Xbox version of Naughty Dog, to where they were the Xbox exclusive, they were the gold standard. Absolutely. Right. Halo was the masterpieces they put out one after another.
Yeah, and now, ever since Bungie has not been involved with Halo, they've been very mid.
And I think that's a big part too. And Halo, they held on to the franchise, and it just hasn't been good. It just speaks to, us consumers. I'm pretty stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I know a good game when I see a good game, and just because you slap a Halo name onto a game doesn't make it great. Just just because you say Gears of War, it doesn't make it great. And you may get away with it one time, one title, and everybody's gonna buy it because they're hyped on it, and then they realize this is shit. And then the next time around, I feel like you're gonna lose customers, and then people are gonna look at Uncharted and how amazing it looks, look at Horizon, how amazing it looks, and maybe they're swayed to either sell their Xbox, not even buy one, and move on over to PS4. I feel like they've really released some lackluster titles of their flagship franchises. They've really released some not very good titles, and I think now they're seeing the results of it.
Yeah. Well, they stated in the article, the top 50 Xbox One games on Metacritic contains a few exclusive, which is the Forza games, Horizon and Motorsport.
Right.
The original Titanfall, which to me came out of nowhere and then fizzled big time. Ori and the Blind Forest. I don't know much about it. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. I didn't even realize it was exclusive. But then the Halo Master Chief Collection, basically, they remastered it to make money. They came out with this game. Recore was showing off at one of their pressers, and it was a fucking train wreck when it came out. I think I saw one gameplay video, and I was not interested to even watch the whole fucking thing and go back and watch another video. Quantum Break, I forgot all about it being released. So and Sunset Overdrive was another supposed to be a big title for them. It went nowhere. And what was that other launch title here where you fought in like Roman times or some shit?
Rise.
Son of Rise, or whatever it's called. That seemed to fizzle just as fast because to me that looked kind of interesting. I think, okay, that might be something I wouldn't mind. I'm not going to buy a console for it, but I'll watch some video. I like to watch a lot of gameplay video because that's what I do.
Forza right now is the one. I mean, that's the one they still have. If there ever is a Gran Turismo that's going to come out, that's going to be amazing.
The next Gran Turismo looks fucking
amazing.
But Forza is some niche. Like you're not going to close the gap on Sony with a console exclusive like racing.
Yeah,
no,
you're right.
It's just not. You're not.
Yep.
But I mean, like you made the comment, Uber, the last podcast you were on, was the fact, as per console, Xbox One does offer, backwards compatibility.
Right.
It does offer, EA access. So as a console to buy for someone who maybe doesn't care about all the first-party exclusives, they just like to play some games, and the fact that the Xbox One S does play 4K Blu-ray, there's a reason to buy an Xbox One if that you fall within that market. Sorry. But if you're looking solely at first party, like there's a comment was made, the Gap is now the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. I mean, and that becomes true because you look at the success. I mean, all the games I don't really play on PlayStation because I don't play Naiho, whoever it's pronounced. I never tried the Yakuza games, Gravity Rush, and Nier Automata, but those games are fucking blowing up. They're all over Reddit. They're all over the gaming subs. They're fucking videos all over YouTube. Now MLB The Show's coming out. Persona 5. Like, the games I don't necessarily play but are huge, they're on the PlayStation.
It's perhaps quality over quantity. I mean,
there's a lot of good quantity, and it's quantity and quality.
Not only quality over quantity, but it seems like marketing as well, because Microsoft has been very, very, very quiet.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm wondering if they're got some big fucking deals in the works that they are holding off for the Scorpio launch just to try to fucking steamroll.
Right.
But I guarantee you, I mean, I see posts repeatedly on the Horizon Zero Dawn subreddit and the MLB subreddit. I'm buying a PlayStation 4 because of this game. I'm buying a PlayStation 4 because of this game. I don't peruse the Xbox subreddits, but I can't imagine most of those Xbox exclusive ones, like someone going, "Oh, Recore, I'm buying a fucking Xbox One just to play Recore." Right. No, you're not. You watch 2 YouTube videos and realize the game's not what they hyped it to be, and you're gonna just watch a video or two and be bored.
Now, Scorpio's gonna have to be able to do something that the PS4 Pro can't, right? In order for them to.
They're talking big stuff. I was reading some articles, and it's all like conjecture because there's not an official release. But they're talking about a built-in 4K DVR.
Well,
for gameplay recording. They're talking like full-on up 4K gaming. Like, they're talking pretty big stuff, but I'm guaranteed that's going to come with a pretty big price tag.
Yeah, it's that, and it's also that Microsoft, with the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, and even arguably the Xbox 360, they've been more focused on like the multimedia aspect, not the gaming aspect.
True. Mm-hmm. Making it a multimedia device rather than a gaming console, right?
Yeah.
But you notice the last Xbox presser at E3, I don't know if you guys already watched it, but I definitely did. They didn't go so heavy into it can watch TV, it can do this.
Because they got shit on when it was announced.
Yeah, they learned their lesson. So there's still going to be a focus for that. And I mean, there's a place for that. Like I said, some people would buy the console because they can do these things with it. That's fine. But you're talking game for game and gamer to gamer. There's not too many people that are going to go out and purchase an Xbox One S because of the games that they have, because you can either find better or comparable games on
and actually we're in a specific day and age now that's an extremely rare feat that almost unifiably you can say as a fact that the PS4 has better and more better exclusives than the Xbox. Now, those have been competing since the Xbox original and the PlayStation 2. They've been competing, head to head, back and forth. They each had their own thing. They obviously had the same third party support, and they were comparable in a lot of ways. But the exclusive, the Halo and the different stuff for the PlayStation. Yeah, SOCOM.
Love that.
They had. I love
that game too.
I got a soft spot for that. Yeah. But they each had, their different selling points. But the consoles themselves were pretty well, comparable. And now we're in a very strange time to where the PS4 is actually like really, really, really charging ahead on exclusives, and it's got like tremendous support and extremely good reviews and feedback from all its exclusives. And Xbox is just really, really, really silent lately, and it's weird.
Yeah,
and even you want to take it a step further, the PlayStation Plus, the games they're releasing on there, I think, are just a notch above what Xbox is releasing. No,
I'll disagree with that.
Yeah.
See,
I think there's
Rocket League to me amazing. Disc Jam now.
Well, Rocket League was what, almost a year ago?
More than that, I think, even.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
those are like to me, Rocket League was. That's another game I'll remember years from now as just being amazing.
yes, but that's kind of like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, that's
biggest
not
thing-
the
biggest thing
standard
now,
of
the games for gold getting released are a lot of. I mean, the backwards compatibility definitely gives them an advantage.
Yeah.
When they release an Xbox One game and an Xbox 360 game, because the 360 automatically is backwards compatible.
Right.
So, but they still that's the big debate on the PlayStation Plus subreddit, and I know I quote Reddit a lot because that's where there's a big lot of discussion, and every month now they're now posting the Xbox Gold games to that subreddit because then there's a big talk and comparison of what the PlayStation Plus games, and there's only been a few months where people have been happy with the PlayStation 4 titles.
yeah.
There's been a lot
For the
of
main
people,
part, it's indie throwaways.
a lot of people have been just shitting on everything that's coming out. There's been a few people that have been big flag wavers and proponents for some of the games, but those numbers are small compared to, what we were getting in PlayStation 3 end cycle, right?
Sure.
So it just seems to be taking an awful long time for us to get anything close to a AAA title for free.
Yeah. The last AAA title that I remember was NBA 2K16.
And I played it for 10 minutes, and I think that's all I did.
Well, I still do play it, but that's my point, though, is that's the last AAA title I can remember, and that's the only one that I can remember as far as...
Little Big Planet 3, would that be classed as a AAA title?
What is it?
Little Big Planet 3?
Big Planet 3? Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
And that may be a controversial statement, but Little Big Planet to me has been an indie that was blown up.
Yeah. To me,
Well,
it's
I don't
it was
consider it a
$59.99
AAA
when
title.
it was new. So that's like my mark.
Well,
$60 game is AAA, but yeah. So I mean,
to me, the price doesn't determine the quality.
No. And it's a fun little different type of game, but yeah, like I don't know. Some people would class it AAA, some people wouldn't. I mean, if you don't, that's fine. But that's not the argument point. But the fact that the games for gold have been pretty, I wouldn't say always decent, but they've been pretty decent for the last few months that I've actually looked at the night what they're giving. But it doesn't make me want to go buy an Xbox One.
No.
Like,
No.
I mean, it definitely would keep some people there, but it's definitely not a console seller.
No,
So,
not at all.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to our next point. We've got GameStop. Let's talk about that. Who is this? Doing work?
Okay,
No, this is Panther.
I
Panther.
got this.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
just talking about games and sales. Here we go. Right into GameStop. They're going to close at least 150 stores.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to link the article. It's fortune.com, and it says GameStop is set to close between at least 150 stores following fourth quarter sales decline in almost all of its segments. The Texas-based company said Thursday, and I'm not sure what the date on this article is. It was just the other day it was released, 24th. So yeah, 2 days ago of this recording. It says expects to close 2 to 3% of its stores because of this drop in sales.
2 to 3%.
So
That doesn't sound like
That
it's
is
right.
insane.
New store sales fell by 19.3% for the quarter.
That's software sales, right?
The new software sales stories fell by 19.3% for the quarter. So GameStop said it expects to close 2 to 3% of its stores. However, it will be opening 65 new technology branded stores and 35 collectible stores, according to USA Today. The American video game electronics retailer cited weak sales of particular video game released during the holiday season, as well as other retailers using aggressive promotional techniques as reasons for the decline. To me, GameStop...
Oh, really?
It pisses me off that GameStop has so many of the pre-order exclusives. Especially for MLB The Show.
That's what they're going with? They're not going to go with the fact that you can go to a town 25 minutes from my house and there's fucking 5 GameStops within 10 miles. Because that's where I would go.
The 2 to 3%, 150 stores being only 2 to 3% of the entire.
Yeah, that's what I find.
That was that was like a wow. Like, are there as many GameStops as there are Starbucks now? Like that's a lot of stores.
Yeah, well, because you have to remember, they bought EB Games. So all of the EB Games stores in every mall
EB
turned
Games
into...
still exists in Canada. That's what GameStop is here, EB Games.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was some other company that they scooped up several years back, and all of those locations turned into GameStop. So, I mean, there was... In Spotsylvania Town Center, the mall, not 30 minutes from my house, there's 2 GameStops in the mall. Within 2 minutes, I can walk to 2. And if I drive over into the other shopping area, Central Park, there's 2 more. And then if I go to Massaponics, there's 1 more. So there's literally 5 within 10 minutes of each other.
Well, I guess we can just say fuck them.
Well, you know,
there's just way too many.
It's funny too that they're going to turn around and open 65 new technology branded stores and 35. So they're basically closing a few of the gaming stores and almost reopening.
Selling cell phones.
Well,
I was going to say, what does that mean though? Like what? I don't understand.
Well, you know, they've been increasing their business lately, buying old iPads and electronics and reselling them.
Yeah.
And I think they're smart enough to see the writing on the wall that digital downloads are a thing and they're getting bigger and bigger.
Oh,
so
of course.
I understand that they're trying to, maybe move some of their eggs out of this basket and try to diversify their bonds, so to speak.
Perhaps move towards hardware more so than software.
Possibly. I mean, if the industry that you're in is becoming dominated by something that you can't possibly compete with, then time to.
I still more. I mean, I was just in the GameStop on Thursday. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn there, and I still marvel at their. Honestly, I wonder how they're still open. Like, it's kind of like GameStop is not a great experience for a customer, right? Can we all agree with that?
That's what's
you walk in there.
This is all I got to deal with. I mean that's a complaint too.
Like,
that
it smells like a Chuck E. Cheese in there. It's like crummy carpet. There's weird Pokemon candies on the floor.
Everything's just fucking jammed in the small little fucking
everything's
hole in the
jam
wall.
packed. There's usually just 1, maybe 2 employees there. About 15 customers just kind of rummaging through the shit that's in the store, and then you're trying to check out the game that you have, and then it's just the upselling of the, do you want to pre-order anything at all? A new Pokemon game, there's 14 Pokemon games coming out next year. You want to pre-order anything? You want to throw $5 on it, $7, $9? What do you want to throw on it? Like anything. You want to pre-order a lollipop, a blow pop? What do you want to it's just like, Jesus Christ, no, I just want to get out of here.
Digital downloads.
They're starting to feel like pawn shops.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, like I said, we only have one where I live. We only have one, and it's a 45-minute drive from here. I think I might have been in the place, I'd say maybe 6 fucking times in my life. So I don't have a big opinion, but yeah, I know what you mean, because the one we have is in a mall, but it's on the outside of their own external entrance. But it's a small little fucking hole in the wall, and it's just fucking jam packed full of shit. It's like the walls are just fucking covered. There's like those fucking boxes, like those displays in the middle, packed full of shit. There's fucking stuffed animals and fucking bobblehead fucking thing just fucking everywhere. It's like, holy, it looks like a fucking carnival.
There's a foam like Zelda sword and all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah, and there's fucking drool stains on everything, and it's like you walk out and need hand sanitizer after leaving fucking EB Games. It's like I just feel dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got like the spittoon that's Mario themed that you actually just jerk off into.
So yeah, close the. Make sure you pick the grossest 150 if you're gonna close.
True. The most germ-infested ones. The ones with the ball pit. Just take those.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, so is this work? This is your topic here about the games cost more on Switch.
Yeah, this came about because it's been announced that Minecraft Story Mode is coming out on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it's Minecraft Story Mode, the complete adventure. When it comes to Switch in June, it's going to be $40, and that's been stated from various retailers. I mean, the article doesn't say confirmed, so who knows for sure. But various retailers are saying it's going to be $40, and that's, I mean, it's $29.99. No, it's $26.99 to buy like on PC right now.
Yep.
And then I think it's $29.99 on all of the other consoles. So it's very, very concerning. Like it's not a new game.
Not at all.
It's something that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're already starting to see things costing more.
Well, also,
on the Switch.
It was announced a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of fell in between podcasts. The fact that the new indie game Rhyme, which it was at one time supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, there's a whole story there.
I remember that.
But anyways, I ended up buying the title back, and it's $10 more on Switch as well, because of the cost to manufacture the cartridges.
Yep.
Because it's the micro SDs. And to mass produce those is more money than mass producing Blu-rays, because Blu-rays are like a penny or a few cents or whatever to actually produce on a large scale.
Hey, buddy, I don't like your tone.
But yeah, so.
Well, hey, buddy, I don't like your manufacturing costs.
Yeah. Touche.
I don't like the fact that your console has too many problems.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you need to switch it up.
Yeah. So that's another thing. I mean, like we could get on the whole we hate Switch fucking train again, but yeah. So come on, get your.
Well,
shit
it's just really concerning though that the same games. Even if you take the argument away from the same games, it's old games. Minecraft has been around for years.
Yeah.
And it costs more on the Switch than it does on other consoles.
Yeah.
I mean,
that to me is mind-boggling.
You take yourself out of the competitive market by having to charge more for your same product.
True.
So it definitely.
Also, I feel like people don't like. I don't like inconsistencies. Like PS4 AAA title, I know. Okay, it's gonna be $60. Every time it's not gonna be 80 or 90 unless you get some crazy pre-order with a figurine or something. But it's gonna pretty much $60, and if it's an indie title, anywhere from 10 to 30, whatever. But most AAA titles $60, and now I feel like with Nintendo doing that, you just never know anymore. Is it gonna be $80? Is it gonna be $40? Is it gonna be 30? Like it's just the inconsistency of it is what gets me too. I feel like I think that's gonna hurt them in the long run.
It will, for sure. It will.
Definitely raised some eyebrows in some of in the long run, all of their games eventually.
Well, and
it becomes
especially on
common.
something like Minecraft. I mean, if you have a 14-year-old kid, chances are he's probably already got Minecraft in some capacity, and now he's got to try and get mom and dad to shell out $40 freaking to buy him another game that he already has. Like, I know I'd be telling my kids
it's more expensive than they already paid for, though.
If anything, it should be the other way around, right? $10 cheaper, maybe.
Yeah.
To entice you to get it again.
If it definitely just becomes commonplace, it's definitely going to hurt sales.
Yep.
For sure.
Well, it's just worrying that right out of the gate, right on the Switch release, that we've seen in this instance, particularly Minecraft, which is a wildly popular game on multiple consoles, that it's now more expensive on an inferior.
Well, I can't say for a fact in the States, but here in Canada, the dance game that comes with it is more money also on the Switch versus the Xbox One and PS4. The Dance 2017 or whatever the hell it is. So right off the bat, that game is more money on the Switch.
Yeah.
Just because I know my wife works at Walmart, so that's the only reason I know that. I've never looked at the game case for Switches.
Well, it's just worrying, like I said, right out of the gate that we've got established titles that are cheaper that suddenly on this console that is in all factual aspects statistically inferior. Why would this established game that's cheaper elsewhere cost more when it's not going to be able to do more and it doesn't include more?
It's actually going to be able to do less.
Yeah.
I suspect that probably multiplayer servers aren't going to be a thing.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's got Zelda.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about buying a different game, not Zelda.
This is the part where I go, yeah, but still.
Of course. All right, so the last topic we have for this particular podcast, a personal favorite of mine, StarCraft, who you probably haven't thought about for a couple of years at least. StarCraft is being remastered. Blizzard announced it. StarCraft's being remastered and released in a compilation set with StarCraft, the original one, and StarCraft Brood War. They are being remastered and announced to release this summer. It's an HD remaster. The graphics are being updated, anti-cheat measures being updated, of course, and a whole nother slew of new things to update to the current market status. But man, I'm super, super, super excited. I've spent so many hours, just countless, thousands of hours on StarCraft. I spent over a decade playing this game, StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War. They were released in 98 and 99, respectively, and I played them well on into the late 2000s, and man, just so many times playing those custom maps, playing the Helm's Deep and the Resident Evil custom maps, and just all kinds of stuff, and I can't wait. I'm going to pick this up as soon as it releases. I can't wait.
Are you Korean?
Dude, no, but like...
admit that? I'm surprised that you would openly admit that.
No, absolutely.
Someone got a gun to your head? Come on.
No.
Cotton balls.
No. I have never played StarCraft 2. I've never played either one of them. Now, I understand that StarCraft 2 was released in segments. That they released, I think, one race first and then the next race or whatever. I never really bought into it because at the time I feel like they kind of were banking on old StarCraft fans, and I didn't feel like it had evolved enough to support a new game. But the original StarCraft, the memories that I have from playing that game and the nostalgia factor of it, like with my childhood gaming experiences, man, I cannot fucking wait for an updated, remastered, current like StarCraft experience. I'm super
4K
excited.
too.
Nice.
Yes.
4K.
Not that I don't even have a 4K monitor, but just so that like it's gonna be that
That's
current
cool.
though.
No, I like that.
Yes.
Well, for anyone that's excited, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously for PC gamers exclusively for Windows and Mac, but man, for anybody that has ever gotten any enjoyment from StarCraft, the original ones at least, this is going to be a huge announcement. StarCraft 2 is obviously current gen. You can pick it up anywhere, anytime, but StarCraft has been something that obviously the original fell by the wayside years ago when it was replaced by StarCraft 2. But man, for me, maybe I'm a specific niche category, but the original StarCraft has always been a supreme love of mine, and I cannot wait to revisit it.
I think it's going to get some traction. I really do. I think there's going to be a lot of people streaming it too and kind of reliving it.
Yeah, I really hope so, because I would love to play with some people on here and see those custom maps again, because custom maps is really what contributed to the longevity of this title. Because if StarCraft had lived and died by the original base game, it would not have lasted nearly as long as it did. But custom maps really allowed people a lot of creativity and allowed community involvement in such ways that back in the day that we weren't used to. Now, it seems weird, but it was almost 20 years ago that StarCraft was released, and that really actually kind of like age checks me here. But custom maps back in the day that anybody could get on and make something and release it, and the community could actually play it and be like supremely involved in it. That was like a really big thing.
That was unheard of back then.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago. It sounds so fucking weird to say that. But yeah, what a big deal that was. And I can't wait to revisit it. That's going to be awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So nobody
yeah.
nobody else but me.
I'm
I
like
never got
internally
into
excited.
StarCraft. That's an RTS game, right?
Yeah, RTSs aren't. Up
It's
my
RTS,
alley.
yeah.
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 Never get into RTSs. Never get.
I mean,
into...
if it's not super expensive, I might check it out. But I haven't played any of them, so I can't speak to them.
Did you ever play Age of Empires or Warcraft?
No, I tried to play like some old Command and Conquer stuff, and I just never.
Yeah, same.
Like the bug never bit me.
Yep.
I never really got into it.
Yeah, same. I
It's
tried.
probably just because you're dumb.
Could be.
Wow.
We'll see who's dumb when you start getting into MOBAs. We'll see.
No, never gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you're gonna play Smite with me.
Well, I mean, I played League of Legends. I probably put like 200 hours into that. So
Oh yeah, so you already know what's up.
yeah, I mean a little bit. Anyways, all right. So we're I think at exactly the 1 hour and a half point here in this podcast.
We're past
Are we?
an hour and a half. Oh yeah, dude.
Well, as far as recording, we are, but when we actually started the podcast,
Yeah. We're a good hour and a half.
yeah, there's a
For
few
sure.
minutes off.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're about an hour and a half in. Wow. I feel like we covered a lot of content. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about here. Of course, we are thrilled and absolutely overjoyed that Uberyoutuber is going to be our new regular segment. Love that we're back at a 4-player count here, and that we're moving back to the 4-player co-op series. We're putting an end to the Bottlefield. It's an organic thing for me. It's very welcome. It naturally is going to move back to the 4-player co-op series. Bottlefield has always been a lot of fun. It's always been great, but I feel like we're moving past it in a positive way.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm happy here. We all agree. We're going to move on to the 4-player co-op with positive intentions and positive feelings. And can't wait to bring you guys the latest gaming news on the new platform here. So we want to thank you guys for listening to the very end here, as well as all of the stuff that we've talked about will be linked in the description of the YouTube video. You can catch us on SoundCloud as well. And
so before we do the sign off, I want to say for the next few podcasts, we're gonna have a channel for 4-player co-op. It's gonna have its own YouTube channel, but for a while going forward, it'll be uploaded there, and also currently on my channel where you're listening to the Bottlefield. So it's going to be found in 2 spots for the first few podcasts, so people have a chance to find it.
Sure.
And there's going to be a new SoundCloud for 4-player co-op. So those things will all be linked in both sides of the video on the new channel and on my channel and my Twitter. It goes out on Twitter as well, so that's going to keep going if you follow me there. And you Baker as well as a Twitter, which is going to be linked in the description, and Uber. You have a Twitter, so everyone's Twitters and shit's going to be all linked out, and the next few podcasts are going to be on multiple channels so that everyone can find it.
Sure. Yeah. So we're going to have all that information linked in the descriptions and everything. So all that information is readily available to you guys. So we want to thank you very much for listening. I know it's been a long podcast. We've got a lot to talk about. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of it with us, and we will see you guys next time on the new platform, 4-player co-op, and can't wait for you guys to meet us over there. And that's going to be it for this podcast. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Later.
Go fuck yourself, Intercourse, Pennsylvania.